Hello everybody, hope that you are good. Today is Monday, and that means that it's the start of a new trading week, which is exciting. So there are a couple of things that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna try to keep this video nice and short, maybe around 10 minutes. We're gonna be talking about a few things. The first thing that I want to mention is, of course, this range. This range, if you remember, the range lows were around here, the last time we were talking about it, but I think on Friday we extended to these range lows, which makes a lot of sense, and that's why we could identify the possibility of this sweep of the lows and then a pump to 52k, because we had this week over here, if you guys remember. That was on Friday. I'm pretty sure that some people that follow my videos are possibly talking about the Monday's false move. The Monday's false move, so you guys understand, is a move that is false, that happens usually right at the start of the week. That's what we say Monday, but it can also happen over the weekend because the trading week finishes on Friday evening, right? So the start of the week is when that trading week finishes. Usually happens on Sunday evening or Monday, but this false move can also happen over the weekend because the weekend is really the start of the new trading week. All right. So some people might be talking about this drop today being the Monday's false move, because today is Monday, so they think, okay, Monday, so Monday's false move. But the people that really understand what I mean also know that this move can happen over the weekend, all right? And if you notice, in my opinion, this pump here was the false move. We're gonna talk about why, okay? The first thing that I want to say, and I want you to try to understand this, is why would Bitcoin move up $1,400? Because if you notice, that's from 50,600 to 52,000. That's $1,400 move. Why would Bitcoin move that much over the weekend when the institutions are not playing? Because, I mean, check the Hong Kong exchange, Wall Street. Go out in your city and try to exchange some money on Saturday or on Sunday. You're gonna get the same rate because the exchanges are having the weekend off. They are not working. So the same happens with Bitcoin. If the big players are not playing, so that means that there is low liquidity in the chart. Why would Bitcoin not range? Why would Bitcoin move up or down that high? Because yes, I mean 1,400 is quite a big move. That's almost a 3% move, 2.70% move, okay? That's a big move for the weekend. So in my opinion, that's a false move. That's the first justification. It doesn't make sense. Low liquidity, big move, false. It has to be false. And the second justification is that when that happens, when we don't have consolidation over the weekend and instead we have a big move up or a big move down, that creates a gap in the SME market, okay? Now you can go to this chart. It's called Bitcoin SME futures. Go to the 15 minutes time frame and you're going to notice that this weekend we created this massive gap. These gaps tend to get retraced straight away the next week. Now, in the Bitcoin Sunday update, I was talking about the idea that, in my opinion, it was more likely to leave this gap for later on in the week. But you can see how we filled it straight away, okay? And this happens, okay? Back to Bitcoin. 4 hours time frame. So what I was saying yesterday is that I wanted to favor longs. Why? Well, because we have this sweep of the lows, and when we see a sweep of the lows, then the next natural target is going to be the range highs. It also happens in the opposite way. Look at this. You have here resistance, sweep of the highs, drop, okay? Happens again, sweep of the highs of the range. That's really the first sweep of the highs of this range, because we didn't have really a range here developed yet. But this is a sweep of the highs. You go to the lows, to the range lows. Sweep of the lows, I think you should go to the range highs. That's how the structure moves, okay? So I said that yesterday I was not gonna jump into any position because I always like to wait until Monday. I thought that because we saw this sweep of the high of the lows, it was likely to go to the range highs, have a little retrace. But instead of happening is that we actually got a deeper retrace. We fill the whole gap, CME gap that I've just shown you. And now really is when we could see the real move of the week, because that imbalance that was created over the weekend has been retraced now. So what was the false move? Think about it, please. Was the false move the retrace of the imbalance, or was the false move the imbalance itself? Well, to me it's clear, it was the imbalance itself, and today we only retraced it, okay? So now we can start to see the real move of the week. It's difficult to tell because we're gonna go to Halo Capital in a moment, but it's a mess. The chart is a mess. Well, I'm gonna show you right now. Let's go. Hablo Capital, liquidation heat map, 7 days time frame. Check this out. It's a real mess, okay? I don't remember seeing this for a long time. I don't even remember when I saw this last time or if I ever seen something like this. 7 days time frame, okay? This is not the 12 hours time frame. 7 days time frame. There is loads of liquidity to the downside all the way to 50,000. But hey, there is also a lot of liquidity to the upside all the way to 53,000. So what is going to happen next? When is there more liquidity to target for the next move? It's not clear, guys. At least for now, we cannot make a projection or an idea based on the liquidations because there is justification to attack both sides the same, okay? So I wouldn't take this liquidity map into consideration for what's more likely to happen, but I would take it into consideration for potential targets, 53,000, even a bit higher, 53,200 or 150 actually, and to the downside, say 50,000, when there could be some support. All right. Now, in the 1 month time frame, I don't think I've checked this yesterday. Let me have a look. It's not clear neither, okay? You have some liquidity, but it's really, really far away, okay? That's like a 20% drop. Too far away to take any conclusions. I'm a day trader. I'm trading level by level. I only care at the moment if you're gonna go to 50,000 or 53,000. I don't care about 45 and much less about 41,000, right? So not taking that into consideration. And now in the liquidation levels, today I broke the rule of the channel because usually it's first the liquidation levels. But I was too excited to show you the liquidation heat map. Liquidation levels, max liquidity, delta very neutral, back to zero, nothing, no information from here. And the spikes, I can see more spikes to the upside. And they take me to 52,400 and 53,100. So those are the main liquidity levels in the chart right now, I would say, okay? Liquidation level says more options or more probabilities, more chances for upside. But it's not very clear, guys, so take this with a pinch of salt. We're back at the chart, and I'm going to try to tell you what I think, or at least how I'm going to trade this. The first thing that I want to tell you is that we have to be very careful trading today, because you can see how the price action is very choppy. It's not very clear what's going to happen next. I'm going to favor longs. I said that also in the Sunday update yesterday, for the single reason that we've seen this sweep of the lows. And that tells me that if they wanted to go low and sweep more liquidity in that move, they could have done it, okay? They could have jumped from here to 50,000 and they didn't. So that means that for now they are happy with the liquidity that they've taken here. That's what I think, okay? That's what we've seen, that sweep of the lows. Then the retest of the range lows as support, you can see there, that was the entry. If you would have taken this, I didn't because I don't touch Bitcoin on the weekend. I focused on Solana. That, by the way, we did a very cool trade here, there, because in here we had the daily 50 MA. We can check this out. Where is it? In here. Daily 50 MA, tested a support. I posted in this candle that I was entering along at, well, that I entered along at 99.80, and that my target was 104. Because I saw it's not really a long week, but to me, for a weekend, it would be a good target, okay? And that was a 104. We got to 104.80, and then boom, drop to the back to the entry. So that was a very good trade, to be honest. I'm very happy with that. 5% pump on a Saturday. I take that. Anyway, back to Bitcoin. Then I want to talk about this. We have this sweep of the lows, which tells me that they've already taken all the liquidity to the downside that they wanted. So The next natural move is the range highs. That's 52,500. That's gonna be I'm not sure if that's gonna be my take profits. I think it's gonna be my first take profits, but it's going to be a small take profits because I think the area that I'm looking to take more profits is really above the range highs. Okay, it's more into this area. That's the area where I'm gonna close to my position, and that's between 53,100 and 52,850, something like that. Okay, that's more the area that I'm gonna target, not this, but because it's the range highs and we can see a rejection, that's an area where I'm gonna take my first take profits. Okay, anyway, how I'm gonna enter this? Well, I'm not in a trade right now, so I have to try to find an entry. The CME gap has been fully retraced, which tells me that there might not be more reason to drop, and if we drop and we go again to the range lows, then it's very likely that we actually break through and go to 50,000 finally. Okay, but because I think that that's less likely, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for this candle to close. It closes in 2 hours, so it's gonna close into the New York session, and then if it closes above the 4-hour 50 MA, then a good entry would be the retest. That's your entry, and then target 52,500 first target. Okay, something like that. Very simple trade. I don't want to put much money into Bitcoin right now. I'm gonna go with very small size, very low risk, and not putting much money into it. Okay, I'm gonna update through Twitter, but I wanted to push this video to explain why I think that the Monday first move was not this drop, why was this pump, and also why I'm still favoring longs, okay, in the day trading. I do think that it's likely that in high time frame we could start to retrace some of these levels here to the downside, but I don't want to really jump into those conclusions yet. I want to see first how this range continues to develop. I would like to see a new wave to the upside, and then based on that reaction I can define what is going to happen or what is more likely to happen in my opinion next, okay, in the high time frame. If I want to have a breakout, then I would need to see some consolidation above this level here. Yeah, above this level, 52,800. If I see consolidation here, that means that we're going to see a breakout. But if we do a new sweep of the highs, something like this, get back inside the range, then I'm sorting this again, the same as I did here, and we went to the range lows. Okay, the same, take profits at the range lows and save some in case we actually break down. So that's kind of like my high time frame view, but it's not very detailed because I don't want to jump yet into conclusions. I'm gonna update you today through Twitter this evening if I take any position for Bitcoin. So I hope that the video was clear. Also, in case you haven't seen it, I've opened slots for the course. You have the link in the description. I think we've already sold out 60 slots, 60 spaces out of 80. So there will be around 20 spaces left only. You have the link in the description. It starts the 4th of March. It starts next week, next Monday. So if you're interested, have a look and get some information in the website. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.